Kobe Bryant has died at the age of 41. Kobe Bryant, 41 years old, man. So tragic. Way too soon to go out like that. It just shows you how precious and how short life really is. Being close to Kobe's age, approaching 39, Kobe Bryant was one of the guys who, if you feel like you know Kobe Bryant all your life, at least for me anyway, because he's been on TV, with the NBA, being a huge sports fan for 20 years. He's a player, where growing up in the NBA, at least from my recollection, what I'm able to remember, it was Jordan, then it was Kobe, and then it was LeBron. He's played 20 years in the league, so he's an athlete where a lot of athletes that are playing basketball, football, all different sports know Kobe Bryant. Because he was, that player that everyone looked up to. He was a phenomenal NBA player. He's the guy I remember when playing basketball on the courts. You're playing with your friends on the playground. You take a shot and you go, Kobe, for three, Kobe. That was the guy. That's what everyone said on the playground. That he was the dominant player, I think, after Michael Jordan. That gap. And there were others in that time frame, Shaq. But I think Kobe was the guy. Kobe, to me, was the guy that's most similar to Michael Jordan. Okay, listen, there is no Michael Jordan. Let's make that clear. Kobe is a different player, but Kobe was a true shooting guard, truly playing that position. He had the nickname of the Mamba. And if you don't know what a Mamba is a type of, venomous snake. Suits him well. Because this guy, man, a Mamba is like a dangerous venomous snake that once he attacks, he's on you. Kobe Bryant was able just to light you up any given day on the basketball court. And the reason why he was able to do that, he was constantly practicing. So the Mamba mentality transcends, where people talk about the Mamba mentality, athletes, all different sports, even in non-sport context, at your work. Working hard pays off. Putting in the work that you need to further yourself, be the best, very best that you could be. And this guy, Kobe Bryant, putting up shots after shots, scoring buckets, 60 points numerous times, 50 points numerous times. He still was practicing. I bet you that if you went to the court after practice, if you were in that locker room, he would probably be the first one on the court and the last one off the court. 1996, first round, 13th round overall pick. Playing career 20 years, from 96 to 2016. Spent his whole career with the Los Angeles Lakers. 5-time NBA champ. Many of those championship teams were with Shaq. Earlier on, when he was younger, he butted heads with Shaq. They've made up. He butted heads with his teammates. They've made up. He's made up with majority of his teammates. That's when he was younger, immature. And I think you can make that statement with Kobe Bryant that in no way was he a perfect individual. No one is. That's not to diminish his past. You could read the stories, you can look it up. But he tried to improve on his life. And that second chapter, as he grew older, as he was mature, that second chapter was ready to be written. You could, with his, creative writing, his love of the game, and enjoying his daughter loving the same game that he grew up, and she was really taken into it, who tragically also passed away, which is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Kobe, and this helicopter that he taken, speculation is, everything is hindsight now. Apparently the pilot got special permission to fly, because it was foggy, and who knows what and it will come out in days and weeks and months to come, what was the cause of the accident, whether it be fog, mechanical error, human error. It will all come out. Everything's hindsight. He always used to, I remember hearing stories that he always used to take that helicopter because, that traffic, much like New York, it's not how many miles, you don't measure miles, you measure time in, New York, California. How much time it will take you to get there. 15 miles could take you in New York or California traffic an hour and a half sometimes. So he would take that, helicopter just to avoid the traffic. It's sad. 9 people lost their lives total. It's sad to think about, but this is coming. It's coming because Kobe Bryant was a man that, net worth, was a very, very, very rich man. Took helicopter rides. He was transporting numerous people to get from point A to point B, and they didn't make it. And lawsuits are going to be coming because Kobe Bryant was a rich man. So not only does the wife and remaining survivors, remaining children, have to deal with this, she also has to make sure that she's able to protect herself, her kids, for, down the road. You hope that does not happen, these lawsuits, but you could expect them, and that's a tragic situation as well. Two-time NBA and two-time NBA MVP, NBA Most Valuable Player, 18-time NBA All-Star, 4-time NBA All-Star Game MVP, 11-time NBA First Team, 2-time NBA Second Team, 2-time NBA Third Team, 9-time NBA All-Divisional First Team. It keeps on going. His number 8 and 24 was retired by the Lakers. And actually, recently what happened was the Mavericks have retired, Kobe Bryant's number 24, and hasn't even played for them. So that gives you like the a scope of his career. And career, all the buckets that you made, it just goes to show that it's really secondary, and just life could just be over just like that in a matter of seconds. This was a story that personally, Kobe Bryant, I'm a Net fan here, so this guy would, Nets were just, throughout the 20-year career, the Nets were pretty much bad anyway, so it didn't matter. But, Nets, Kobe Bryant, whenever he played, the Nets would torch him. So you hate Kobe Bryant for that, if you being a fan of the Nets. But damn, if he was able to be on my team, he would take that every single day. He's one of these athletes, one of the story, as the story broke yesterday, it broke, a little bit, after 2:30 around that time. I remember I got it instantly, just popped up on my timeline from TMZ, and then it just, you're like, no way, no, this can't be real, because Kobe Bryant was actually in the news the day before, after LeBron James has passed him, for, I believe it was second or third, for third all time, that's right. So he passed him, and he was in the news like on Friday night, and then Saturday, this happens. So it's like, can this be real? This can't be real. This has to be fake. And then slowly, TMZ first had it, then Fox News, and it started making the rounds. That's with, so, and then with, other worldwide, like, news started breaking as well. I remember I had like a Polish news app as well, broke it. So this is a guy that trends, known worldwide. I'd probably even tell you that, this story is probably like one of the stories where people remember where they were when they heard that news. Kind of like, like Thurman Munson, Elvis, these athletes, that type of level, like a Thurman Munson, Roberto Clemente, when they all passed away, and that this news is on a big scale. It's just amazing too of how many people die and how many athletes and famous people have died in helicopters, planes. Thurman Munson, Roberto Clemente, Corey Lytle, Roy Halladay. It just, keeps, it's a huge list. It's a big list. Buddy Holiday. So, it's sad. I mean, whatever Kobe Bryant touched, seemed to turn into gold. Because of that Mamba mentality. The world was definitely his oyster, his canvas. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant and all victims of that plane crash.